President Vladimir Putin says Russia would end its Ukraine offensive if Kiev withdrew from territory Moscow claims as its own. Speaking in Kyrgyzstan, the Russian leader said that once Ukrainian troops withdraw from their positions in key areas, then the fighting will stop. He, however, added that if Kiev does not withdraw, then Russian forces will achieve their objectives by force.
We keep receiving proposals to cease fire here and there. When Ukrainian forces leave the territories they hold, then the fighting stops. If they don't, we will achieve this goal by military means. That's it.
Putin also says that the outlines of a draft peace plan discussed by the US and Ukraine could become the basis of future agreements to end the conflict. He said, and I quote, "In general, we agreed that this can be the basis for future agreements," adding that the variant of the plan discussed in Geneva had been passed to Russia. Putin said that the United States was taking into account Russia's position, but some things still need to be discussed.
Some topics are crucial. In general, we see that U.S. side takes into account our position, which was discussed before and after Anchorage, Russia-U.S. summit in Alaska. It is clear that we need to sit down and discuss some concrete issues. Everything should be expressed in diplomatic language.
He said that if Europe wanted a pledge not to attack it, then Russia was willing to give such a pledge. Putin, however, again questioned the legitimacy of the Ukrainian leadership, and it was legally impossible to sign a deal with Ukraine, so it was important to ensure any agreement was recognized by the international community and that the international community recognized Russian gains in Ukraine. Russia controls around 1/5 of Ukraine's territory. The issue of occupied land, which Kiev has said it will never cede, has become the key stumbling block in the peace process. Putin repeated the claim that Russia had encircled the Ukrainian army in Pokrovsk and Minograd in eastern Donetsk region. Putin said that the Russian offensive is practically impossible to hold back, so there is little that can be done about it. Ukraine has denied Pokrovsk and Minograd as encircled, insisting its forces continue to hold the enemy line along the front line. Joining us on the broadcast is Olena Treygub. She's the Secretary General, Independent Defense Anti-Corruption Committee. Olena, thank you very much for your time. I just want to begin by asking you, what do you make of Russian President Vladimir Putin's statement on the war?
Good afternoon. Basically, I think that Russia is engaged in information cognitive operation simply to delay sanctions and to destroy the decisiveness of the West to counter Russia. It's just like, fog and mirrors. In reality, I do not believe that Russia is ready to stop the war and that Russia is negotiating in faith. Basically, I have very, very low expectations, and it's all a theater. For me, it's all a theater, and I don't think that this current round of negotiation will bring any concrete result. Mm-hmm. And I just want to remind you that we have seen this before, when we were saying that we're very close to making a deal and Putin was making more and more demands, and then eventually he would find something which will he say that definitely this is why I am not ready to stop the war. It's either because we hold Donbass, or he will say that's because I don't consider Zelensky a legitimate president, or because Ukrainians don't want to speak Russian language. He will come up with something. The real truth here that Russia will stop when it is stopped, when Russia has no money and when Ukraine has serious weapons, then Putin will be ready to stop.
Ms. Olena, let me ask you this then. What do you make of the 28-point peace plan by President Trump? And also, there's also another proposal by Europe. What do you make of both plans?
Those are just plans. These are just pieces of paper, essentially, and the initial 28 plan proposal, sincerely, I think it's just a joke, because this is basically a Russian wish list, which was passed to America, and America presented it as if it's their own, but this wish list has very problematic areas where, for example, Russia wants occupied territories to be recognized, and if the world agrees for this, it means we essentially need to cancel the United Nations Charter, because we are basically now entering the new rules in the world where countries can go invade other sovereign nation and annex the territory, and then this territory will become part of the invading country. And this is something which we essentially abolished after World War II, so that we don't have some big major conquests in the world. But Russia wants to bring back us into this era. So I don't think this is like a serious proposal, and we already see it is being amended. And we see that Trump backed down. Trump said, no, I don't really insist on those points. We will amend it. This is just a draft. And now Europe will be proposing, Ukraine will be proposing, and then eventually we will end up with just, in my opinion, more war. Because, like I said, it's not about those proposals, because Russia only recognizes force, and the force has not yet been shown to Russia.
All right. Ms. Olena Tregub, it's good to see you. We'll have to end it there. Thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you for having me.